Hey comrades, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Pillars of Eternity. You might wonder why we are at the beginning of the temple again, and it's kind of funny. Well, not really, but when I last left off, I need to cough and I muted my mic, and I did forget to turn it back on, so I couldn't comment on the next 15 minutes until I noticed. So, I will actually upload the raw footage without the commentary, and you can watch that. I will link to it below. But to cut to the chase, what did we found? We found the priest that hinted, or the spirit of the priest, which I touched basically, and it showed me the vision of what happened here. And what happened is that for some reason or other, this Werton guy did lead the priests and all the acolytes of the temple down towards the basement and locked them in. And as I'm a passionate guy, I promised the spirit that I would revenge him and see to it that Werton gets his due. So, we fought a Rat King after that, but that was basically just a kind of end encounter type of thing. I did get a flail, which is a one-handed fast weapon, with 2 enchantments. Graze to hit, 30% of my grazes are converted to hits with more damage. 3 enchantments actually. Draining, so 20% of damage done goes to my health, or endurance, my combat health, and I am more accurate with this weapon. Can I, like, switches? No. Okay. Doesn't make any difference. Anyway, so let's confront Werton.
Good day to you.
Werton smiles nervously as you approach. Think I've sorted out the worst of it? Arms hurting a little less, he hesitates. You were down there a while. Did you find anything? His eyes dart constantly about the ruins. So, honest, stoic, clever, not my kind of thing. But I will ask him, something you're nervous about? No, of course not. Just never good to linger around these places, that's all. Werton gives you a searching look. Did you find anything? What will I do? You lied to me. What? Werton grins uncertainly. I was clear about everything. The risk involved. Is that what you mean? I did say they'd be spiders. And I'll pay you, of course, for the trouble. So, I could just accept the payment. I do not have resolve or perception high enough, but I have might, which gives me aggressive, which I'm usually not. So, let's see what it comes to might. I lift him off his feet. I will crack your head in 2 if you lie to me again. Werton scrabbles fruitlessly at your arms, his eyes wide with shock. Wait, I don't know what you... He inhaled sharply, expression twisting. Maybe I knew where you'd find the bodies. Is that it? I'm sorry. So, I could attack him, which is another aggressive and will reduce my reputation in Gilded Vale. Or I could throw his remains at his feet, or I could go intellect 12. Maybe I should go tell Lord Redrick what you've been accusing his people of. Werton raises a hand, his expression pleading. Wait, no, you can't. They'll kill me. Worse, maybe. It's why I need your help in the first place. You don't understand. I tried to help them. I did. Every day, every single day, I went to that temple and I warned them. I told them that they were playing with fire and Redrick wouldn't be patient forever. And every time they shrugged it off, like I didn't know what I was talking about. Like it wasn't costing me coming in to try and help them. I could have been arrested right alongside them. So... You work for Redrick. Werton gives a bleak laugh. Yes, but not anymore. It's been a long time since I held a blade. He hesitates. I knew what was coming. It was their own damn stupidity that kept them in there. I couldn't understand. Every warning I gave they ignored. The Rectrix, she said they'd be reborn anyhow. So it didn't matter, he grimaces. So she got what she wanted, her martyrdom. Redrick ordered us to round them up and lock them in the cells. I convinced them to hide, at least. They have that vault full of old relics, gold and such. I thought they could hide in there, and once the guards left, they'd have something to sell for passage out of the Deerwood, back to Edir. And when I told the men that the priests had already gone, they ordered the temple sealed. I couldn't get in again. Weirton shakes his head. There was nothing I could do. Edir's eyes are wide, disbelieving. Nothing you could do but tell someone, get the town together, organize a rescue. I'd have dug them out with my own hands if I'd known. There were some of the last decent folk left in this hole. Now all we got left is people like you. So I'm diplomatic and passionate, so... You worthless bastard, you abandoned them to save your own skin. I told you the way of it, Weirton says, his voice rough. I told you what happened. Guess it's your turn now to make a decision. So... Shit. What do I want? I don't want to attack him. That's a minor negative. Stoic is not my kind. I'm not stoic. I could just let him give me the money, nothing here. But I will try to... God, it's hard. It's not too late to make amends. Weirton lets out the breath he was holding. I'm not sure that's true. It's been years now. What am I supposed to do? Bury the bones. Try to lead a better life than you have so far. Weirton looks at the remains. He runs a hand through his hair, letting out another ragged breath. I can do that. I can. I'll lay them to rest. Try and do right by them, somehow. Thank you, truly, for what you've done. Give me a second chance. I put it to good use. So, again... Wow. So, basically, he tells me he wanted to save them, which is... I don't know if I can believe him or not, but...
Hey.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
But I could have gone the complete other way and just, murdered him or whatever for what he'd done. Man, that's hard.
Sure.
That is some... I tell you, the quests and the options that you have are, all over the place. Okay, I had to sneeze there. Sorry, guys. Good that I turned my mic off. So, yeah. I think that's the temple. That was nice. Kids. Let's check Alfra's house. Whatever is going on here. Takes ages to run around here. That's not what I want to do. Let's get in here. Okay. dear wooden woman is standing in front of the fireplace, humming a quiet tune to herself. Or perhaps to her unborn child, for she is clearly quite pregnant. She turns her head slightly as you enter.
Good day to you.
Well, finally, I was starting to think the woman makes a startled noise when she turns around and sees you. Oh, I'm sorry. I was expecting someone else. She gives you a cautious smile. Can I help you? I just arrived in Gilded Vale. I thought I'd get to know the locals. Were you with one of the caravans? She looks at you hopefully. Master Odemas, by chance? Do you know Odema? Well, no more than most here, I'd say. He doesn't usually come this way, but they say he's a reliable old fellow. She pauses, brows furrowing. Wait, why do you say new? Because he's dead, him and the rest of the caravan. Orfra covers her mouth with her hand, eyes wide with horror. For a few moments she can manage nothing but a strangled, voiceless gasping, her eyes brimming with tears. I told her it was a dangerous path to take. Cilicia, how was it pronounced again? I have no idea. Cilicia was always so certain she could take on any danger. Orfra sniffs. Oh, my poor sister. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, stranger. I can't believe she's gone. Right, she told me that there was like a sister of her in this town. If only I hadn't called her here. If I hadn't written to her, she might still be alive somewhere. Orfra's face crumbles and a solitary tear slides down her cheek. Why did you send for Cilicia? Orfra wipes at her eyes. I'm worried about the baby, about the legacy. I told Cilicia... I want to say Kaliska, but that's not how they pronounced it here. As much as I could, but all I know is that for a long time now, every child born in Gilded Vale has been soulless, empty. It's happened to so many mothers, and Lord Friedrich, he's exiled all of them, calling it a sign of the gods' disfavor, she sniffs. With my head heart gone, I don't know how I'd manage if I lost my home too. I hope Cilicia could help me. They say Ranga, the old midwife, knows a way to prevent a child being hollow-born, but she moved south to Anslug's Compass 2 seasons ago. The journey's too far for me, can't make it as I am, but I don't have anyone else now with Cilicia gone. I will call her this. No, I'm sorry, guys. More tears run down her face. Please, can you help me? Sure. I'll think about it if I ever head that way. I offer nods, though her expression falls. That's all I can ask. Thank you. She takes a shaky breath. I'm sorry, I need a moment. She turns away, covering her face with her hands. Okay, so she thinks, or she is afraid that she will bore a hollow-born, or what they're called. So that's another side quest. Let's have a look where that is, that town that she is talking about. Is it one of those? Nope. No clue then. Okay. Next one. Ingrid's house. What the hell? There we go. Am I right here? Yeah, I'm right. I will just, look at all the different scenes there and check what's going on there. So, I think this was the guy who we met in the Valewood. Ingrid. This man and woman appear to have been deep in conversation, working at closing 2 bulging satchels. They move to embrace until the woman notices you approach and pauses, her smile faltering a little.
How do you do?
Can we help you? She looks to her companion, brows furrowing with confusion. Do you know this man, Nonton? Nonton coughs. Yes, I think we met in the Valewood. I warned him about the bear, he inclines his head. Glad to see you've made it. Was there something else you wanted? You two seem to be in a hurry. Yes, I imagine so, Ingrid laughs. We're packing for a trip, actually. I've been meaning to visit Defiance Bay and... She looks at Nonton. Well, the truth, I think I've had my fill of this town. Nonton reaches to take her hand. It's time for some new scenery, he says. Is there anything you can tell me about Gilded Vale? Only that you will want to be moving on as soon as you can. You'll have seen the tree, I imagine. But the rot goes deeper. If you were looking for work, I'd say you have a better chance of it elsewhere. We're headed for Defiance Bay ourselves, Nonton adds. Okay. This bottle of Sunreed is half empty. Okay. So this is the guy that warned us about the beer cave. No, not now, Gizmo. My cat wants to get into the recording as well. Probably is hungry. Okay. Let's get to the windmill. Oh, there's something going on here. We know there's more grain in there, Trumbull. We won't settle for scraps while you grow fat on our crops. A muffled shouting emerges from inside the mill. The first of you drunkards comes through that door gets a shot between the eyes. Gods hear me, Swainor, I'll put you down like a dog. Come away for now, lads, but we'll be back, Trumbull. And we'll have fair prices, or by the flame we'll have a reckoning. Okay. So, they want grain from a miller, which sounds right to me. And look, he's going. Also nuts. I hate this recording room. I need a separate room just for recording so I can, get these guys out. An elf man stands before you, his relatively stocky build suggesting a life of labor. His face is pale and drawn and his eyes white. Behind him a younger man and a woman exchange worried glances. The miller raises a club as you enter. It shakes violently in his grip. Get back if you value your life. Hold on, I'm not here to hurt anyone. The miller hesitates, then lowers the club a fraction. Who are you? Swainor roping foreigners into his little crusade now? I thought you could use some help. Those people out there seem pretty angry. Really? Trumbull sighs relief. Hylia's tits. Could I use a friendly face? I take it you heard some part of what that crowd asking for. Grain. As if I've got it all trucked away somewhere. Sveinor's been egging that lot on for days now. They've been keeping clear so far, but if things keep on like they are, I don't know how much longer we've got before things get messy. Please, if you're not here on his behalf, maybe you could speak to Swainor. He won't listen to me anymore. Just explain that we're all getting smaller rations now. We're all making sacrifices. I had some other questions. Yes. My name is Mustache LP, and I've only just arrived in Gilded Vale. Trumbull shakes his head. You picked a bad time to come visiting. Gilded Vale's had all its shine scraped off, just a big dung heap now, and Swainor think he's king of it. They're all of them mad. Who's Swainor? The dwarf, the one standing out there spreading lies among the villagers. Bastard's been here for decades and he hasn't gotten any kinder with time. What was all that ruckus outside? Trumbull shakes his head. Where to begin? Swainor's whipped them up into a froth, going on about the grain stores. Claims I've hidden away most of it. All I do with the grain is sell it. I can't create it out of thin air, and I can't hand it out for free. I pay the farmers for the crops they bring in, and I sell what comes out of the mill. Most of it goes to the Black Hound, on the west side of town, for ale, and Swainor and his lot sure don't mind that part. You take a look at the fields on the way into town, the crop is blighted, and most of what I'm getting from the farmers, from the gestures to the sacks and containers, has gone off, rotted through. I can't pay top prices for blighted wheat, and I've barely got enough good grain to go around. Sveinor's howling after things he has no right to. Seems like a pretty clean story for a messy situation. Trumbull frowns. It's not, he pauses. Look, Sveinor's always been a rotten bastard, with stores so limited. Maybe I save the good stuff for people who deserve it. Orfra, for instance. She's expecting a child. Should I let her starve instead? I wish I had a resolve of 14. Do the villagers know about the grain supply? Some, the innkeeper for instance. It's better not to worry anyone. I'll be trading for supplies soon enough. If we can just keep things calm until then, we'll be in the clear. The innkeeper? From the winces. I wouldn't drink the ale. That's all I'm saying. So, maybe I ought to go have a talk with Swainu then. I'd be grateful if you did. Yada yada yada. Okay, so they want me to convince the dwarf. Okay. Okay, so they're fighting for grain, I guess. There's not enough, and the thing they have is probably half rotten. So, for that I have to go to the Black Hound, but since I'm here, let's go here. Maybe I can sell some junk. Oh. Don't know what this spell does, but I will check.
How may I help?
Okay, it's a Tanglefoot, so it webs enemies. Let's see here, that's the blacksmith we're entering right now. And my cat is running around and jumping off.
Right.
Dented and dull, these swords look ready for the forge.
Hey. All right, then.
Okay. Oh, these are the gold ones as well, again. Gizmo. Yeah. He's trying to get, attention so he can get food. So he'll probably try to throw something off the terrarium. Alright, let's talk to this guy. This Aumaua man is of an impressive build, towering above the countertop. His skin is a dusky blue of the deeper oceans, and his thick arms boast corded muscle. Small ears frame a square-jawed face coated in smeared soot and arcing black tattoos alike. He offers you a broad smile and you approach. Welcome, you're the first new face I've seen in quite some time. What can I do for you? What do you have here? You come to us at a strange time, I'm afraid. The stock's not what it used to be, but we've fine weapons and armor to offer yet, all forged right here at the Black Hammer. So, what happened? We just don't have the supplies. Been expecting the next delivery for near on a week now, and haven't seen a sign of it. I have to expect they were hit by bandits. The road out east is crawling with them. All my workers ran off with the wagon themselves, maybe to make some coin. As if that lot would dare. He's right about the bandits. The dire situations in villages like this and the exodus to the cities has created far too many opportunities for unscrupulous sorts. If you happen to be headed that way, maybe you could keep an eye out for a supply wagon, or my shipment at least. They'd be cutting through the Black Meadow, I expect. Only good road for it. As it is, most of our weapons go to his grace, Lord Redrick. Trudrona glances at the nearby guard. and that's as it should be, but it doesn't leave much for outsiders. We just don't have the iron. Where was the wagon traveling from? We sent the wagon up to New Heomar with weapons, and it swings around through Lockholm and the like to purchase supplies. Shortest route back is through the Black Meadow and then north through the wilds. Had a trader come through with word they'd made it to Lockholm, but haven't heard a thing since. So I'll find your supplies. Then you have my thanks. You bring those supplies back and I'll have plenty more to offer you. A discount to start. Oh, and if you find my workers, tell them to hurry it up or they can take up farming instead. So another quest? Which is good. Anything else here? No. Well, I need to go talk to Svainur. And I could use a rest, because my guys don't have... My wizard doesn't have any spells left. And my neighbors are starting to build some shit again. I hate this. When people move in, man, they're so loud. Can't even imagine. You hear that? You probably can hear that. It's like...
Sure.
Yeah, let's talk to Svainur. Oh wait, this guy.
Hail and well met.
Don't know who you are, and don't much care. Keep walking. We're not here to chat with foreigners. Aloth Nyrus' eye. Careful. Looks like they're cut on the same claws as those rowdies who attacked me. He wrinkles his nose. Smells like it too. I saw you outside of the mill. What was that about? Well, someone fancies himself a meddler, eh? What's that about? It's about Trumbull thinking he's king of the town on account of he's got the mill to his name. It's about him barely giving us anything for the wheat we bring him, and then cutting our purses when we need to buy grain. It's about farmers going hungry while some bastard gets rich off their crops. That's what it's fucking about. Now shove off. Yeah, I am diplomatic. What if I buy you all around? Will you talk to me then? Svainur considered it briefly. He looks to the others. Fair enough. You bring us something to wet our throats, and might be I'll feel up to trading words. Okay. I heard it's not tasteful anyway, so how much can it cost,
Greetings.
right? Okay. Fine fellows, you're having me on. And you're fighting I have to ban Svainur from the inn entirely. Until then, it's 6 copper pieces for the lot.